In the world of indoor rowing, there are a few hotly debated topics, like how to do a race start, how to pace your 2K, or where to set your drag factor. But there's one that really seems to get people talking, and it's where to put your handle when you're done. Now, there are a few reasons why this is so hotly debated. For a start, things have changed. If you're on a Model B or a Model A, if you've still got one, then the guidance is that when you're finished, put the handle up against what I call the throat underneath the monitor in order to preserve the bungee, the cord underneath that creates the return of the handle. However, from the Model C and onwards, the engineers at Concept 2 have said that it's perfectly fine to leave the handle in the hook for prolonged periods of time. Unless, of course, you read the manual, because the manual for a Model D says that if you're storing the handle for a prolonged period of time, put it back up to the throat. Clear as mud. Now, for me, I don't like it like this. I think that looks messy and it's annoying when I come back on, I'm all strapped in and I'm like, oh, hang on, I've got to reach all the way to the front. Listen, it can happen. Or the other thing is that if you've got kids or dogs or whatever, if you have it in the hook like this, all it takes is for a little waggy tail to come along, knock the handle off, and that's one almighty racket. You're going to scare your dogs, scare your kids, scare whatever, and there's a chance that you're going to nudge the batteries in the monitor and that could fail to save the row that you have just done, which you don't want, which is the reason why at the end of a 1K or a 2K or any race that you do, don't just let go of the handle and let it smack into the front of the machine, because that can turn off your monitor and you'll lose the save data for the row you've just done. And trust me, if you're at the end of a 2K and you don't get to see the time you did and it's not saved, not verified, you will be slightly miffed. So the truth is, there is no answer unless you're on a Model A and B. You folks, when you're finished rowing, make sure and put it up at the throat. But for anybody on a Model C, D or E, you can put it up at the throat, or you can put it in the hook between rows.
Hi, Daddy.